kids, welcome back to Roto Talk.
Kids, we've been doing a lot of building lately on the tunnel hall and other things, and so I decided I put a different motor in this tunnel hall. This is the Zip Kits 30 G30, I think. I put a 2450 kV. We're still going to keep it on 4S. All right. I ordered another kit, and I'm going to build another one of these, and we're going to do 6S with it. That should be interesting, but it's a beautiful night. It's 8 o'clock. Not a ripple, right? So 4S 2450, the new motor. Let's see what we got. Okay. Oh, I love it. So nice. Such an awesome boat. And it's on rails, man. Especially with no wind, and you don't have to worry about any flip over for that. That's a 4S battery. I'm really impressed, actually. I love this boat. I run tunnels my whole life since I was a kid. They were nitros. And I told Joe the other day at Zip Kits, I said, this is without a doubt my favorite electric setup right now. Even though I've got riggers that are faster, I'm just going to take it slow here. Let's bring her into the camera here. We need to trim to the right a little bit. But I always ran nitros, you know, and it was like, okay, that's cool, whatever. But this boat is so much fun. It was like, it's a 4S, and the 6S is going to be sick. We're going to put a 2000 or 2100 kV on it with 6S, and it's going to be absolutely nightmare. But it's just like I threw this boat in and it ran, and I'm not even running the lower unit you're supposed to be running on it. I'm running an old-ass K&B from the 80s, and you should be running an OS or a lawless, and the next one might get a lawless, just because of all the talking I've done with Fred. And I want to see what the electric lawless is like. Love this boat. Look at that. Now for a 4S, I'm like so impressed. I'm like, if that was a 6S, I'd be like, yeah, that's sweet. But that's like insane, I think. It just handles so well. Let the battery sit a little bit. Now, for those of you guys that are sport drivers like me, you don't race, okay? It's good to run a few laps, do whatever you need to do, and let your battery sit for a hot second, okay? It lets it rebound a little bit, and your batteries will last longer, whatever else. But this boat, and I don't love the paint job on this. I mean, it's a very nice paint job. I mean, it worked really well. I mean, it's, you know, there's no nasties on it or anything like that. I don't love the color, but I'm also colorblind. So this was a paint that I mixed up for a guitar I was redoing, and that's what we used. Look at that. It's like a 360. You know, it's okay. It's actually kind of hard, at least for me, to see on the water. So I might do the next one like a bright yellow, bright orange, whatever. I'm not going to do a build video on the next one, the FE that we're doing. We're finishing up the gasser right now, and that's just beautiful. I love that boat. I'm actually a little scared of it. It's so big, and it's so just a ton of work. But the next FE that's going to be 6S, we're going to put a monster motor on it, and we're going to paint it like bright yellow, make it really crazy looking. This one, a beautiful boat. I love it. I'm not a fan of the color, but a lot of people gave me compliments on it, so maybe it's okay. But man, it's just such a fun boat. Uh-oh. I'm losing my battery. Woo! It's just... I told Joe, I literally said, this boat is my favorite electric. And I'm not even running the fast prop, honestly. This is a 2450 kV motor. And here's a tip. The prop that's the fast prop for this thing will not fit on the K&B outboard lower unit. It will only fit on the OS or the Lawless. So I am still running kind of the weenie prop on it on a 4S, which is a weenie battery, with a 2450 kV motor, and it's just, I love this boat. Actually, I think for a 4S machine, this is the perfect speed, the perfect, because you got to remember, 4S battery is a lot lighter than a 6S. So with a 6S, I'm going to move that battery forward in the boat, and it's going to be a lot more, the CG is going to be a lot more different. It's going to have to be, because it's going to be a faster boat. And I'm probably going to put a Lawless on, or probably a Lawless, because the OS costs about as much, and I think the Lawless is better equipment. But this boat is just, you can run it in ripple, you can run it like perfectly flat like this. And this is one of the few boats, I think. I don't like this water. When it's this calm, it's slow, it's sticky water. You have too much surface tension. The fastest water you'll run a boat in, no matter what your bottom's like on the boat, is a little bit of ripple, like tiny little bit of ripple. Now remember, RC boats are small, okay? They're scale. So you think a wave this big in scale to a real boat is 3 feet high, right? So if you have a ripple that's just a little bit, that breaks the surface tension on the bottom of the boat, and you will freaking fly. And I have had hydros, I have every boat you can have, honestly. And when it comes to this really, really flat stuff, it's actually pretty slow water. I like a little bit of like maybe a 5-7 mile an hour wind, and she'll just haul ass, right? But the tunnels run really well on glass. That's one thing I've noticed. And I haven't even dressed the bottom of this yet. So dressing the bottom, you take 220 grit sandpaper and go straight down parallel, nice straight lines. And what that does is form a little bit of diamond shape, and you break surface tension and makes a faster bottom. So if you're racing, you definitely want to do that. But this water with these tunnels is just fabulous, right? Let's kill this battery. This is a brand new battery too, by the way, which don't usually last as long. It's only hopping when I run over my own wake, which is really cool. See, I'm losing my battery. It's like, ow. I love this boat. It is so much fun. I mean, it really... And this isn't a prop for Zip Kits. It's really not, but it is. Because it's a Zip Kits boat. But it's just such a good design. I literally, guys, I swear to God. Okay, let me show you something here. Okay? There is no angular adjustment if you use this mount that Joe makes for the OSs. Okay? There's no angular adjustment there. So what that means is the kit better be designed right, because if you're too much positive, too much negative, you're either going to submarine or you're going to flip. And you're seeing it. I bolted the frickin' engine on. I used the mount from Zip, and I used an old 1991 or 87 frickin' OS, K&B outboard with the adapter kit for the motor. I even have reverse on this one activated. Look at that. Pretty cool. And the thing just hauls ass, and it hauls perfect. And even running in a good wind, like the winds that I like, it runs absolutely beautiful. This is such a fun boat. I don't like electrics. You guys know this. I'm a gas fanatic, right? I like everything gas boat. But this boat I love. And I bought another one. So I'm going to build another one. So I did build the ML Boatworks. Was it ML? Yeah, ML Boatworks tunnel. And it was nice too. I never really ran it. I think I sold it before I even ran it. But this is just so throw it in the water and go. And it's just genuinely fun. That's my shop to the left there. I charge up a battery, I throw it in the boat, I rock down the hill, I run for 5 minutes, I take it back up, and it's like I got my juice out. I got to run a boat, and we got to have a little bit of fun, and it was just awesome. So I'm going to build another one, but we're going to make it a 6S. Now, this 4S version is what you'd want to run if you're race class, I think, P something, or whatever the hell they call those race classes. But I don't race, so I'll put whatever the hell I want in it. And so I'm going to make one that's a 6S, and we'll do run videos on it, but I'm not going to do a build video on it. You guys have already seen this. You've seen most of my gas tunnel, which is something else. Might have to have one of you guys come over and help me launch that sucker. That's something else. But this is just such a fun boat. It really is. And for the money, it's under $100 for the hull. It's quick to build. I mean, I'm not going full speed because I know this battery's about put out, but you can build this boat in a weekend. I mean, not with paint and everything, but obviously, but battery's so dying. It hating me right now. That's full speed. The battery's gone. But you can build this boat in a couple days, and it's just fabulous. I can't. I was so excited when I got the new motor in the mail, because even with the other motor, it ran really well. But it was only, I think, a 2000 kV I had on here, and it was like, I know it's got more. I know it'll run better. So we put in a 2450. That is a Leopard off of Offshore Electronics. I bought it off them. And I'm running a, 130, 150 amp OSE electronic speed control, which is all I use for any single boat I do. I think Joe sells them too. They're just maybe a different name, but they're the exact same thing. So that's reverse. Look at that. I can pull out of the dock. No. There's a brand new battery too. So like if you just want to have a little bit of fun, I mean, it's not planing out obviously, and it's harder on the electronics. All right, anyway, I just wanted to show you guys the 2450 kV motor on this thing is a beautiful thing, and it's just it's controllable, but it's still fast. The runtime isn't stellar, but it's 4 minutes if you take a break here and there, maybe 5 minutes. And I have another battery charged, so I'm just too lazy to do it. It's been a long day. So anyway, that is, in case anybody's wondering what the Duert means. The lake I was raised on, which is right over there where my mom still lives, that's Duert Lake. That's why I put that on there. But anyway, keep the dry side up, guys. Very, very fun boat. Get one, buy one, have fun. Later.
Relax, don't do it when you want to go to it. Relax, don't do it when you want to come home. Relax, don't do it when you want to suck it to it.